Well, hello there, tankers of the Blitz universe. I'm Flossie, and this video will be all about this tank right in front of you, the K-91. Of course, this is a tank that is available in the auction, and I figured it deserved a new video made on it by me because this tank is insanely good. And right now, it's also at an insanely good price. I'll show you the price of it right now. So if you make your way to the auction, you have about 16 hours before the price drops again. I personally don't think this tank will make it to that 16-hour mark. You can see it on the left-hand side here. I don't know if I can... Yeah, there we go. I can move my screen. So yeah, you can see it on the left-hand side here. This tank is available for 8,700 gold, which for that price, this tank is a steal. It's an absolute steal, and I recommend anyone who has extra gold laying around in their garage to pick this tank up. So what makes this tank a really good deal, and how does it play? Well, that is what I'll be going over in today's video, so let's break into the tank's stats to start things off. And taking a look at the gun, it deals 350 damage on its standard shells, and yes, this is a 3-shell auto-loading gun, so it's very, very fun to use, and it deals a crap ton of damage if you're able to pen all 3 of your shots. The HE damage is okay at 420, and the premium damage is at 300, so you do lose quite a bit of damage when you start loading premium shells. In terms of your average pen, you have pretty good standard pen at 268, very, very good heat pen at 350, and okay HE at 54. This tank also has 7 degrees of gun depression, which for a Russian tank makes it oddly flexible. And in terms of its overall gun handling, it's pretty solid as well. You can see here, I am using V-stabs, and with that, the dispersion is still 0.326 with an aim time of 3.6 seconds. So for a Russian heavy that has this much alpha damage power, it's honestly not that bad in terms of its gun handling. And your DPM of 2,700 while using calibrated shells is fantastic for a tank like this. The shell interclip in between shells is 3.5 seconds. So you do have to keep that, again, in mind. It's a little bit longer than other autoloaders. In terms of your mobility, you go 40 forward and 15 in reverse. So that mobility is pretty solid there. Your power to weight isn't the best, though. 15 means it's going to be a little bit sluggish getting up to the top speed. And of course, you do have to keep in mind that your reverse speed, although it's okay, you still have to be careful when you're positioning yourself in a spot where you may need to reverse, as people will catch you and perma-track you, and that's your game over. So those are the stats of the K-91. Let's now get on into some live gameplay so I can show you, yes, you, how this tank plays in game. For any of you who are not yet subscribed to my channel, though, while this game is loading, please do so, as it's a fantastic way to support content like this. So let's get on into game number 1 with that self-promo out of the way. We're on Middleburg for game number 1, and I have 0 game audio because my hair is still very wet from having a shower, and I don't really want to ruin my new headset with that. So yeah, we're going to be playing without game audio. Well, you guys will be able to hear the game audio. I can't, though. It's not going to matter too much, though. This is the K-91, a tank which is so good I don't need game audio to play in. So, of course, we're on Middleburg, and, oh, hello. Hello. There we go. So it looks like our team is going to be going up, which is actually a smart choice. We do have our wait, what is that? That's our Foch. I don't know why I called it a 263. That's our Foch going town, which is really weird, but it looks like he changed his mind, so excellent stuff right there. The K-91 is one of those tanks where if you have even like one person supporting you, you are going to do absolute wonders in battle because, of course, this tank has so much DPM going for it. Even though you are an autoloader, it's just so deadly. Like, being able to not only pen all of your shots because of the fantastic pen this thing has, but then just reload your whole clip really quickly, makes it even strong in tier 10 games, which is why I just think this tank for 8,700 gold is fantastic. Now, taking a look at the armor profile, or talking about the armor profile, you can see here it's very troll. The armor on the turret especially is very, very good, but you do have a extremely large lower plate, which a lot of people are going to find very easy to pen. As you can see, the type went right through it, or did he go through my side? I don't know, but anyways, you have a large lower plate, which you do have to keep in mind. And your side armor is very flat. You can see, like, there's no angling on the sides whatsoever. It's just basically a flat wall. And what that means is you're going to be able to side scrape in this tank really, really effectively for the most part. It makes it a really unique tank to play because a lot of people don't really expect you to be able to side scrape in this sort of tank. But it works well, and when you can get it into the right situations, you can pump out so much damage. You can see here, I am completely frontline right now against Type 71s. We have a VZ in front of us too. I think that Type is going to go for my, yeah, he's going to go for my teammate, which is fine, because now I can load my premium shells, and you can see the fantastic pen of this tank easily cutting through the Type 71's upper plate. And that's another bonus of having great premium pen paired with a great auto-loading gun. The accuracy, as you can see, is fine. We haven't had any problems penning people or missing our shots. So, yeah, so far we're doing really well. I am a little bit worried about this Ritter, as well as the M48 who is behind us. I'm not too worried about the Chieftain right now, but that Ritter is going to be a pain in my ass if he keeps shooting at me. So I'm actually just going to make my way across here. It looks like the Chieftain's probably going to die to our BZ. Hopefully I can do a couple more shells of damage into this Ritter. It doesn't look like it, though. Bro got completely set on fire and nuked. So good job there, Ritter. Excellent stuff. And all that's left is a super low health Patton. So honestly, I could have done a lot more damage if I had gotten into the game earlier, but it is what it is at the end of the day. So there you go. Game number 1 in the K-91. Not a fantastic result, but honestly, for how quick of a game it was, we did okay. We put ourselves into a very aggressive position, and we were able to get away with a lot of stuff because of the armor profile, gun, basically everything that's combined together makes this tank really, really good. So obviously, I play 3 games for my videos, so hopefully we will be able to get out a better result in game number 2. So yeah, I mean, you could see overall, even in a tier 10 game, K-91 is fantastic. I had no problems penning my opponents. It was basically like I was playing a tier 10. And honestly, in a lot of situations, this tank just plays like a tier 10. Like you can see here, we're up against more tier 10s. I'm not worried at all. I mean, again, this thing is just, it's absolutely amazing. So we're going to see what we can do on New Bay. This map is, well, it's a little bit sus. New Bay really, it depends where your team goes. So if my team ends up going bridge, that honestly might be not a great play. I'm hoping they go town, simply because they have a Rhino, they have an XM. Like, they have a lot of tanks that can hold really well. And I think holding the bridge is honestly more of an L than going town, because chances are it's easier for your team to push into the town than on top of the bridge. So we'll see what we can do, though. I am going to be pushing pretty aggressive here. I'm assuming a lot of their team is going to be over here, so I might get shot in the crossing. But we're able to put 1 shell in before we get nuked by everyone. And we do have the XM in front of us now, who is just going full send mode right into our Leopard, which is a very interesting play from this guy right now. I'm hoping this Leopard can, in fact, survive. Nice, bro. He actually got away with that. Okay, epic, not epic. Oh, my God, bro. I can barely speak. Anyways. Yeah, so now I'm going to try out the side scraping abilities of this tank. Obviously, oh, there's a Type there. So, yeah, that's not going to bounce too much from the Type. But honestly, you can see here, we're going to angle a little bit better in our side scraping position. We should be able to get a lot of bounces, although the Type does have premium AP, which is a little bit of a problem. But look, you can see here, he's resorting to shooting HE at us. So we're going to try and shoot him in the hatch. Unfortunately, that does not work out well for us. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm just going to keep holding this position. As long as we can keep the enemy team off of the corner, we should be fine here. And honestly, you can see here I have enough team support, so I'm not too worried about getting pushed on, per se. I think this Type is just more so going to sit here and just be annoying. I don't think he's actually going to make it an aggressive play towards me. So I should be chilling here, and maybe I can get another hatch shell into him. I mean, the accuracy on this tank is really, really solid. Like, you can see here, we're hitting hatch shots after hatch shots. And hopefully we can hit a third. There we go. Boom. And honestly, for a Russian tank, especially one with an autoloader, it's very rare to see that kind of accuracy. And it's really what makes this tank so special. And it's really, really fun to play because you're not relying on your guns, like RNG, to hit your shots. So, like, you can reliably pen people, which is honestly really, really enjoyable. And you can see here, we're already at 3,000 damage. We do have an object in front of us who may pen me. I'm not sure if he's going to go for me or the 60, but we're able to get back up into cover here before he's able to decide. So, yeah. Right now, we're sitting at 3,000 damage, like I said, which is fantastic. And honestly, I think we're going to be able to get out another couple thousand damage if we can get into the front line here fast enough. Obviously, that lion is going to pen me here, so that's a little bit annoying. Let's see if I can kill off this Rhino, though. There we go. 1 shell into the Rhino, finishing him off. Hopefully, the Type is going to give me a couple of free shots into him. I'm going to aim for the little side corner thing there. Oh, that was an awful roll. And let's see here. Aiming on his upper plate. And there we go. He is now a one-shot. The XM probably will finish him off. So all that's left is the Lion here. I don't know. I mean, to me, this tank for 8,700 gold, even if it doesn't reach its final price of 8,000 before it does completely sell out, I think it's fantastic. Like, this tank is normally sold for, I'd say, like 12k gold. So you're just getting an amazing tank for an even cheaper price than the already good price of 12,000 gold. I would say for 12,000 gold, even this tank would be worth it. But just because it's so much cheaper, it's just a steal, man. Like, why would you not want to get this tank? Unfortunately, we died, but I was just going for the damage. So I got 2 more shells out, bringing us over 4,300 damage that game. I mean, you could see, again, this was another tier 10 battle. We went town, we effectively held off their team from pushing corner, and we did a fantastic amount of damage. So there you go. That's the K-91 for you. Like, all your games are going to be very, very chill, very fun, because, again, playing an autoloader I find is just more fun in general than playing a single shot. Like, that just goes for every single autoloader in the game. I think autoloaders in general are more fun because you can do different things with them than single shots. So here we are, game number 3. Once again, tier 10s. Again, does not matter to me at all. We're going to see what we can do in this final battle here on Falls Creek. So I'm going to go medium side, and this is a play that I sometimes like to make in the K-91. You can almost play this thing like a heavium in some ways. Obviously, the mobility isn't as good as, let's say, like an E6 or some actual heavium, but it's good enough to where you can get into different positions, and that includes going medium side. So you can see here, I'm not sure how much of our team is actually going to follow us. I'm hoping the E75 doesn't. Yes, okay, that's good. Because we do need some teammates to actually hold heavy side on this map. But if I'm able to help out our mediums over here with my clip and with the help of the E6, we should be able to counter these STB and 4202 medium players very quickly. So we'll see what we can do there. I'm going to obviously roll up onto these guys pretty aggressive here because, of course, I do have more HP than them, so I'm not too worried about taking a couple shots if I need to. And that's the bonus of having a heavy tank with good mobility, is you're not so worried about your HP per se. Obviously, you don't want to just bleed all your health away for no reason, but you can afford to take a couple shots. And I think in a tank like this, that's super, super helpful because being able to trade and like have enough HP to trade with people in an autoloader is just huge. It's so, so very nice. And I wonder if this guy's gonna ram me. Oh my god, bro. 300 ram right there from this 4202. I don't really know what bro is thinking, but he absolutely got nuked. And now the STB is completely by himself against 4 tanks. Now, if you look at the other side of the map or use your eyes and look at my mini map, you can notice that their team is pushing on our heavies on the other side of the map. So we do need to kill these guys really, really quickly here if we want to have a hope of winning, because obviously these guys are just wasting our time at this point. So we do pick up the kill on the STB. And now, honestly, I think we should just turn around. I don't think there's any point in pushing into their spawn when none of their tanks are over there. You can see the Ritters camping in the back. And honestly, this is not looking too good for us. We did kill off the medium tanks quickly-ish, but it doesn't look like it was quick enough, and all our heavy tanks are now dead. Our TVP made a horrible play into the open and got killed by the Ritter, so that's not very good. But we still are full HP, and we do have a couple of tanks with us to support, although I don't think this is going to be a win, personally. Let's see if we can get a shell into the IS-7. Unfortunately, I screwed my shell up there. And let's load a premium shell, and I screwed up my shell again. Whoa, my aim is fantastic today, guys. Anyways, I'm just going to reload my whole clip. If you are playing the K-91 and you see there are like literally no tanks to shoot at and you have like 1 shell left, just reload your whole clip. There's no point in saving 1 single shot when this tank has a pretty good clip reload, because obviously having more shells in your clip is going to be better, even if you're in a losing situation, because then you can do more damage. So let's see here. We have the IS-7 in front of us. We get 1 shell into him. We're going to be able to finish him off right there. And hopefully we can get a shell into this IS-8 here. There we go. Nice stuff. And now I'm just going to back up a little bit. I'm hoping this IS-8 kind of blocks the front of my tank from being shot at, but it doesn't look like he is. Because if this IS-8 face hugs me, yes, there we go, then the XM won't be able to shoot at me, and I can basically just survive for a longer amount of time and hopefully get out another clip. We'll see if that actually is the case. I'm really hoping it is. And come on. Yes, we do get our final shell out. So, I mean, although that was a bit of a scuffed battle in terms of the team, we still did 3,400 damage. So a very, very solid showcase of the damage capabilities this tank has. even if it was a defeat in the end. So obviously, oh, we did 3,800, my bad, because I guess we, oh yeah, we rammed the 4202 for a crap ton of damage. There we go. That was an awful team. Unfortunately, they just couldn't deal with heavies pushing. I mean, the heavy tanks on my team should have just backed up and gotten into safer spots, but it is what it is. You can still see how strong the K-91 is when you put it even into tier 10 battles. So for any of you who don't have this tank yet, I highly recommend you pick it up, as it's a super fun tank. Even for beginners, it's a very good way to introduce yourself into the auto-loading playstyle and have some fun. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. And for any of you out there, again, who are not yet subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend you do so, as it's a fantastic way to support content like this and stay up to date when I post videos and do streams almost every day. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.